The final bit of this podcast, we're going to react to Ben Simmons and JJ Redick talking about this is Jump Shot. I watched the podcast already, so I already have a deal with what was discussed, but I just wanted to react with you guys. So I wanted to go ahead and put this particular video on about his jump shot. Ben Simmons is somebody who, as y'all know, has no jumper, like sponsored by Adam type no jumper. He still gets busy though. He's still one of the best players in the league. Even if he doesn't develop it, I'm confident that as long as Ben Simmons is healthy, there's not 35 basketball players that can replicate what he can do. However, he's just gonna always put himself in this little hole of like not being as great as he should be if you don't want to shoot the ball. He was talking about the psychological effects of having people in his ear about his jump shot. So I just wanted to watch that with you guys. I guess I do. For those of you that don't know, I take psych as a major in school right now currently. So it's always interesting to hear how people's mental is applied to the game of basketball. And I just want to hear his perspective on it. Yeah. Seems like he was somebody who was trying to get past the psychological effects of not being a good jump shooter and becoming a good jump shooter. Hypothetically, at least, because he still can't shoot the ball.
With all this good, and you probably don't pay attention, but I've said this publicly about you, whether it's on the podcast or whether it's on television. And I've certainly said this to random people on golf courses that ask about playing with you and what it was like playing with Ben. You know, the narrative around you, unfortunately, because of the shooting narrative, all the awesome stuff you do sort of gets not overlooked because you've won, you've been all NBA, you've been an all-star, you've been on all the defensive teams, but that narrative around the shooting is so constant. How frustrating is that?
I think for a while it's so repetitive. You're hearing it all the time from everyone. You're like, fucking hell, like just get off my case. Like I do other stuff too. Like I'm guarding the best players. And that's one thing I don't think people respect that enough. Like what I'm bringing to the court, because there's a lot of shit I'm bringing to the court. And for me, I just want to win. So people also don't understand my goal is to purely win. I don't go out there. I'm not trying to.
We understand, bro. Trust me, we do. We get that you do everything, bro. But you shoot with the wrong hand. It's kind of hard to believe that you really want to win games when you make the game harder for yourself. You shoot with the wrong hand. You shoot with the wrong hand.
Have this many points, whatever it is. My goal is to win. So I'm trying to do whatever I can during the game and make the right plays and the right reads to help my team win. But that is for sure frustrating. But it's also one of my weaknesses. So it's like, when I get mad at people for saying I'm not good at something, like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm practicing, get better. It is what it is. And that's just a part of the game. Like, I don't think
it's one thing to have that practice and get better mentality, but for the past 3 seasons prior to us watching you, we have been witnessing you. It's not even jump shots, bro. You can't make free throws. You're going out there shooting free throws like I don't even know, like worse than Shaq, bro. Like, bro, shoot with the right hand.
If I was like a guy that sucked and people didn't care, then people wouldn't be mentioning my name. Which is also, for me, it's like I'm proudful of being who I am because people expect a high level of basketball from me, which I love because, I'd rather be who I am than not on the fucking court.
Yeah. Well, I think it's fair to...
And this is where I'll give him credit. Because if he really was injured and if he really couldn't get on the basketball court, we worked too hard on him as a society. I would even apologize for being too hard on Ben Simmons if the case was he really couldn't play in basketball games right now due to injury. I apologize. Injuries is not something easy to overcome. Mistake on our end as a society. I'll be the first to admit it.
You nitpick players, and there's, you look at Giannis. Giannis has won MVPs, and he's widely considered the best or one of the best players in the world. And people nitpick his shooting. People nitpick his free throws. And there's just not a perfect player. When the shooting dialogue comes up, though, the thing I always talk about, and I think it was Kirk Goldsberry who first really shared this. He's a stats guy from ESPN. But your 3-point shot creation for others.
The first thing we should be talking about when it comes to Ben Simmons' jump shot is, again, the fact he shoots with his wrong hand. It makes the game of basketball harder for himself doing all this catapulting the ball to get it straight in the line into his shooting pocket. It's the nastiest jump shot to ever watch be formed.
Over like a 3-season stretch was number 1 in the league by far. You know what I mean? So, like, yes, you weren't shooting threes, but you were getting guys like me. You were getting guys like me open looks.
Yeah, and that's. I think I've looked at the numbers too, and they're pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't want to toot my own horn, but yeah, like that's what basketball is to me. Like, if I have JJ Redick here and I can get him open and get a great shot for him, why would I not do that? You know. And for me, like, that's easy. Those are easy buckets. And, you know, we're trying to make that team guard everybody, not just one guy. So, yeah.
I was going to say.
It's really dope hearing him analyze that. People don't really understand the concept of really trying to make somebody else better on the basketball court. It took a while for me to even understand it, honestly, as a basketball player. Because I wasn't somebody who facilitated no offense. I'm go get a bucket. What are you talking about? So I always like approach the game as like go get a bucket type when I would play. Not that I'm good or anything. Don't do that. But yeah, like it's interesting hearing that like somebody would care so much to get the next person open to where that like would give them a sense of joy in basketball. It's not something that I'm really in alignment with. I was get a bucket and stop him from getting the bucket. That was just how. If you in Cali, you know. If you know, you know.
A couple, maybe 2 or 3 off seasons ago, there was a viral video that went around of you draining threes in pickup games. I think it was in Los Angeles, right? Yeah. It was in LA. And I was around you for 2 seasons, and I watched you work. I watched you shoot it every day after practice, every day before practice with it.
I really have to wonder if at one point did JJ Redick suggest shooting with the other hand.
There was free throws, spot up threes, whatever. In some ways, did the shooting thing become bigger than it should have been and fuck with you a little bit? Like I always wanted, I wanted always to ask you, like, Brett said you could shoot, dude. Shoot.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. And I didn't really realize that early on in my career, because and it started building up. I'm like they saying I can't. Like, should I not? Like, I'm fucking confused now. Like, you don't want me to shoot, but you want me to shoot. Like, I don't know. So it did fuck with me a lot.
It would make sense, and I would have sympathy for him if he was somebody who could knock down a shot in college, but that wasn't the case in college either. So we're kind of still going into year 5, year 6 with the same dilemma. No jump shot, can't make free throws, and really can't really create it from 10 feet in. We still have the same dilemmas that we had when we were raving about you in college. This is why people are exploded.
But I kind of found peace in a place where I'm just like, fuck it, it's basketball. Like, I'm great at the game. Like, I need to go out there and show people what I can do and my talent.
Both things can be true. He's still nice despite that deficiency. Y'all gotta accept that too. Y'all gotta accept what Ben Simmons is able to do despite those deficiencies.
So it did for a while. It's just like fucked up a little, but it is what it is. Like, you go, I feel like that all of this stuff that's happened in the last few years for me is kind of helped me grow and mature in a way that I don't think I would have if, I didn't have those experiences.
Are you going to shoot threes this season for the Nets?
Yeah, I need to. I need to just go out there and put some up.
You should just make a goal. I'm going to shoot 5 a game until they tell me to stop shooting.
Fucking 23s a game.
If you shot
Kevin's wide open. Nope.
It's like, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, exactly.
No, seriously, getting threes up would benefit Ben Simmons' game tremendously. Giannis, when he was getting 2 or 3 of them up a night, he would miss all of them. But you know what? The threat of it made the defense think for one possession. All you gotta do is make a bad defender overthink for one possession. Not even a bad defender, just the defender's not really thinking on the court right there and then in that moment. All you gotta do is make him think you're gonna shoot that thing. And all of a sudden, there's more space on the court. There's more room to operate. There's plenty of ways that way you can get easier passes that you want to get off. It makes the game easier. But that was fun though. That was fun. This was a fun recording. Fun little podcast for y'all. This is the longest one that I've done. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Whoever tunes in, taps into whatever video, short, any view helps this thing grow. Appreciate y'all. Until next time.